Are you out of medicine, out of bandages, out of food, out of money, and out of options? If so, you might be soft-locked if you're playing Digimon Digital Monsters Net Driver. This is a very unforgiving game, but if that sounds like a situation you're finding yourself stuck in, this is the right video for you. I have 5 tips that will hopefully unlock you from that soft lock and get you back on track to playing the game as intended. So the very first tip, number 5, is actually going to be talking to the shop owner when you're out of money, when you're out of food, when you are out of absolutely everything. If you talk to the shop owner, sometimes you'll get something called a homeless food ration. I think that's what it's called. I've never actually gotten one of these, but if you actually go check out the link to the Discord that we have in the description of this video, they talk about the homeless food rations. When you're out of money to buy meat to grow, and when you're out of everything, and you actually just need to get to that rookie stage, these homeless food rations technically will get you there. I think you get given 3 if you are just completely out of everything. I think the way that you get them is by, again, talking to the shop owner. Actually, talking to the shop owner is going to solve a lot of your problems, and that's like the secret hidden technique. And the way to talk to the shop owner right here is actually just to click on their name right there. So just clicking on their name right there will sometimes give you a bunch of other items. So we're gonna go actually into the second tip, and it's, again, something that you get from talking to the shop owner. If you talk to the shop owner, if you have a Digimon that's underweight, and you can check their weight by actually going up here, you see our Digimon's technically underweight because we have the red weight right here. But if you're under 5, I believe once per your Digimon's life cycle, you can get given an acorn. And an acorn's a pretty cool item. If you feed it to your Digimon, it's going to increase its weight. You can plant these acorns to get golden acorns, crystal acorns, a bunch of really cool stuff that you can sell. But you're going to get given a free acorn every once in a while if you don't stop bugging the shop vendor while you have an underweight Digimon. And one of the cool things that you can do with an acorn is actually go to the shop vendor and then just sell it right back to the shop vendor. Acorns actually sell for 40 bits, which in pretty much every single situation, you're gonna be able to use that to buy meat. Even if meat's expensive during like the middle of the day, during the most expensive time of the day, meat only ever goes up to 33. So you only really need 1 piece of meat to get from a brand new fresh Digimon to a rookie stage. And once you get to the rookie stage, you're going to be able to surf the net to get drivers and bits, get quests. You're going to be able to do rank battles. Even if you lose all of your rank battles, you're still probably going to get 50, anywhere between like 50 bits to like 200-300 bits, even if you're not using drivers. So I would highly recommend going and talking to the shopkeeper whenever you can. Those are 2 tips right there: getting the free acorn and getting the homeless food rations. If you completely found yourself soft locked and you need those homeless food rations, that's the number 1 thing that can get you out of that, is those rations. Actually, I will say the 3rd tip, a lot of you guys aren't going to want to hear this, but if you're finding yourself out of medicine, out of money, out of food, and you can't even have your Bodemon get through to the rookie stage because it needs food and you don't have any food and the homeless rations aren't doing it and it's just not clicking for you, and you're frustrated that you used all your bandages and everything like that, I would actually just recommend, if this was me, I would recommend just making a brand new account. It's not that hard. You can use the same email, just a completely different login, and you just get a new fresh account. It gives you a fresh set of bandages, fresh medicine and stuff like that, fresh coat of meat, and it'll really just let you get a fresh start on the game. And the reason why I would recommend doing a fresh account if you're finding yourself soft locked is the game is actually going to be performing a hard reset relatively soon, maybe a week or 2, and then the game's going to be in a beta state where they can perform even more hard resets in the future if the developers feel they have the need to. So realistically, any of these items and things that you're any of these items and things that you're like stocking up right now, they're not really like permanent items in most situations. So there's no shame in doing a soft reset if you would like more bandages, or if you just want those resources back that you felt that you wasted learning the game. Remember, the Digimon lifespan is actually going to be like 10 minutes from Bodemon to Koromon, 20 minutes from Koromon to Agumon, or any of the other rookie stages. So like realistically, you're not really losing that much progress completely resetting your game. I think it's a fair thing to do. I did it on a couple accounts just to like get a fresh start once I understood how the game mechanics work. And yeah, if you guys have any questions about that, just let me know, but it's not that hard. The second tip I would say to avoid soft locking is actually, if you're someone who has not been using your bandages and medicine, I would say don't waste resources on a Digimon that isn't worth it. This is actually a very, very hard game. The developers have stated that this game is the Dark Souls of like Vpets, and it's very, very resource intensive. It takes 15 battles at the very least to get to a champion level with like a 60 to 80% or upwards of 90% win rate in a lot of those, which means you're going to have the right drivers, you're going to have the right stats, and it's going to take so many items to get like one mon to that champion level. I would say that like if you're just like surfing the net randomly, or you're in a battle and your Digimon gets sick or it needs like a bandage, don't waste those resources buying those items. Just let them on die. Remember, like I said, within 30 minutes you can be right back. I would say use those in emergency situations where you're like really close, maybe need 1 or 2 more battles to fill out that 15 battle requirement, and then you get sick or then you get injured. That's when you would use one of those items once all your other work is done to save the run, not put a bandage on an already weakened run. If we go check out the shop again, like look how expensive these things are. Medicine's 520 bits. That is a lot. That's not worth saving like the 30 minutes that you could just restart the Bodemon, feed it, give it a couple little things, and then go dip, come back, and you got like a fresh Agumon ready to go. So like really try and save those medicines and those bandages. This goes back to my third point, which is like there's no shame in like once you know all this stuff, just make a whole new fresh account. Don't waste those resources, save them until you need them. And while this doesn't really help people that are already stuck in that situation, I would highly recommend just restarting your account or getting the homeless food rations, talking to the shop owner to get a bunch of stuff. The next tip that I actually have is selling some drivers. Selling drivers is definitely a way to get yourself out of a hole. Every single time you get to a rookie stage, you're going to get a driver. So if we go check out here, we have Agumon drivers that you get. Every single time you get to Agumon or Korakuamon, you're going to get, or Pilomon, you're going to get a driver. Every single time you get to Nuamon, you're going to get a driver. And these drivers actually do sell on the market, the player market right here. And, you know, they sell for a decent amount. Like, they only have 3 uses once you put them on the market, but you can get anywhere between like 100 bits, 75 bits. Sometimes I think you might be able to get just a little bit more, but selling those drivers that you get for free just for reaching the child stage or the rookie stage is going to be really nice. So if we think about it, if it takes 30 minutes and you get a driver that can sell for 100, and then you play in ranked or surf the net and you get an extra 100 or 200, that's enough to buy a lot of meat, which you can start growing. You can harvest all the poop and stuff like that to actually, you know, make your garden work correctly and fertilize all your food. And even doing that like in one lifespan of your Digimon, which you can do in about an hour, will completely unlock you from that soft lock situation. Just sell some of your drivers, offload some of those things. You don't need to be using your drivers in every single situation. Farming multiple rookies over and over again to get these drivers is a really good way to stock resources right now if you're interested in stocking your resources to make sure you can hit those champion and ultimate levels when you decide to do so. And those are the 5 tips. Like, sell your drivers, try not to sell your try not to waste your medicines and your bandages on mons when you don't really need to. Just let those mons take the L and start fresh. Potentially reset if you would like to. You can talk to the shop owner to get acorns, which you can plant the acorns. Acorns are a really good resource for growing money as well, because they can get crystal acorns. You can get golden acorns, which you can use the side evolution and a bunch of other things. And also as well, getting those food rations I was talking about. Again, I haven't gotten the food rations, so they're definitely in the game. There's a lot of people who've gotten them before. If you guys have any info on these food rations, let me know. And one last little mini tip that I've heard a lot of things about, but this is a secret one. I don't really know how this works, but what I have heard is if you have a younger Digimon, it could be like a Koramon or even like a rookie stage like this, and they get sick. Like, let's say you're training like a Bodemon and you like overtrain it and it gets sick. What I've heard is that if you bug the shopkeeper enough, again, this is how you solve a lot of your problems in the game, you'll actually get a medicine. Remember, those medicines, like we said, are really expensive. So sometimes if you find yourself up the creek without a paddle, you might be able to get that one last chance medicine. Just bug him for like 10 minutes. It'll probably pop up. If you go into the Discord and you ask some questions about this, there's a lot of people talking about that. Some people said they've got it. Other people said they haven't. It might be a complete luck chance. But I would say it's worth a shot if you find yourself, again, out of options and potentially in a soft lock situation. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this game. It's made to be hard. It's made to be really, really rough. It's made to have a focus on PvP. So what I would focus on is building up those resources, building up your economy, maximizing your garden, getting those sirloins and stuff like that. And yeah, if you guys have any questions about how to unlock yourself from this soft lock situation that you might find yourself in, please think about letting me know. I'll do my absolute best to answer and help. I have a bunch of other videos on this game if you want some general tips, you want some beginner guides, you want some farming guides, evolution guides. I have all that stuff on this channel, so think about giving it a look. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. This is one of my favorite games of this year, and I cannot wait to see this game absolutely explode in the year 2025. So thank you so much for watching. Peace out. I'll see you guys next time.